Hi, my name is Sarah Para, and I own the Flamenco studio here in Los Alamitos. We are known as Esencia Flamenca Dance Company and School. I started teaching over 30 years ago. I always wanted to be a dancer as a child. I was always told as a child that I was too big or too fat or too heavy to be a dancer. As a child back then, all that was available to you was ballet or tap or jazz. And so in the ballet world, you had to be super skinny. That was the preferred look back then. For example, when I was in high school, a lot of my friends were bulimic and anorexic, and I do know one friend that actually died from it. So I always was made to feel kind of ashamed of my body, but I always wanted to. I was happiest dancing, so I didn't give up. I just danced and said, "The heck with it! I'm just gonna dance because I need to dance." I went to UC Santa Cruz. I was going to study marine biology, but then when I got to college, I found myself taking all the dance classes that they'd offered, and I finally made the decision to just be a dancer. The heck with it. If I was going to be poor, then so be it. And so my parents weren't happy with it, but they knew I was stubborn, and I said I didn't care if I was going to end up waiting tables the rest of my life, but that I had to dance. That was it, end of story, and they knew they weren't going to win the fight. And in the meantime, over the summer, I went to a festival called American Dance Festival. And while I was there, I took this class with a guy named Daniel Negrin. I was still feeling really ashamed about my body size, and so he told me to pretend I was a Spanish dancer. He put into my head that maybe I should go study Spanish dance. And when I transferred to UC Irvine, luckily they had a Spanish dance ensemble. My very first class was just amazing. I'll never forget it because there was a guitarist there, and we were doing the hand exercises. And we were counting to 6 while the guitar was playing, and I was just sold. And then the teacher came to me afterwards, and she said, "Do you realize you have the perfect body for flamenco?" That was quite a moment because if you spend 10, 15 years in the ballet world where you're basically at war with your body, trying to starve yourself and not eat so that you could fit the mold, but if you're curvy and tall, then trying to fit in that mold didn't work. So that's how performing got started, and from there I never stopped. Flamenco taught me that having curves was okay. It taught me to be okay in my body type. And then actually when you watch a lot of the flamenco dancers, even some of the older ones, they're heavy set and they're round, but they're just so beautiful. Some of the things in the classes when I'm teaching the women is to try and use their curves, be comfortable in their curves, be comfortable with their weight. Flamenco is a very weighted, kind of groundy movement, where we stomp the floor. So it's always heavy, where as opposed to ballet, you're trying to get away from the ground and be light like a fairy. In flamenco, you're connected with the earth, and you're not trying to get away from the earth, but you're actually working with the earth, gravity. For I think women, it's really important because it embraces a woman's natural body type. As a woman gets older, her body gets heavier. Sometimes she gets a big belly or something. And we have all these movements that celebrate those changes. The dance doesn't make you feel ashamed that if you have a big belly or a big butt. We have movements that celebrate big bellies and big butts. It taught me to accept my body and to enjoy it, to not fight with it anymore. Flamenco, it deals with really tough emotions. So a lot of the songs that we hear they're songs about death. So actually one of the songs that we're working on in the advanced class is called Tarantos. And the verse is, in Spanish, is "Que fuerza y que poderío cuando la muerte nos llaman." It's what strength and what power when death calls you. So we're actually doing a dance about dying. So those are some of the typical emotions that we deal with while we're dancing. The people that are going through depression, anxiety, sadness, loss, that in their flamenco classes they can actually take that pain, take that suffering, anger, anxiety, whatever it is, feel it, use it, and then turn it into something beautiful, which I think all art does that. But not many dance forms do that. I mean, I'm completely biased because I love flamenco, but a lot of the other dance forms would be like, okay, just dance, be happy, be happy, be happy. Where flamenco's like, okay, yeah, you know, sometimes life sucks. Let's take that emotion and do something with it, because in flamenco we sing about them, we express them, we dance about them, we let them out. In this culture, I think we try to avoid sadness and pain, because especially death. So flamenco teaches people that they don't have to ignore or suppress or avoid what they're feeling inside. You feel it, and then it turns into something beautiful, which is a big lesson for a lot of people. When you do flamenco, you don't do it alone. You have to learn to listen to each other and work together. It's never about just one person, but it's about the whole group, or the community. We call that a cuadro. Cuadro being like at least four, you know, the dancer, singer, guitarist, and the percussionist or the palmistas. So anybody that comes into a flamenco class to learn, you know, one, how to dance or perform, or just to do flamenco, they have to learn how to connect with other people, how to listen to other people, how to support other people. And that becomes a very healing moment for a lot of people, because they connect with other people on a different level. And they may just be, you know, they're doing clapping for a dancer, but they're making a connection while they're working together. So you're no longer feel disconnected or alone or like you don't belong somewhere, because flamenco, it has to be done with other people.